Okay. Oh, that's not what I do. These are gonna be bloopers, aren't they? Hi-ho, it's Nezuyaki, everyone's favorite household mouse, and this is a little special thing that me and my moderators decided to whip up for you guys. And you guys might be wondering, because my hair, it is indeed transformed. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a while. I've actually been talking to my moderators about making this type of video for my Streamaversary, which is today. Yeah. And I have a little format that I have it in, but I guess this is a little chatting segment to explain what it is. I stumbled upon a video. Billie Eilish was the celebrity that was being interviewed over on Vanity Fair on YouTube, and they do these series of celebrity stars that they interview annually. And essentially she's been doing it for like I think now 7 years. Her last one was just released in October, and I watched it, and it was really inspiring to see how she's grown over the years. I think she started when she was 15 and now she's 20, so not 7 years, 5 years. I'm pretty sure it was just 5 years. But they basically give a series of questions I get asked to me that will be asked every year, and I'm assuming that a lot of the questions will change over time because it's going to be pertaining to the events that happened for that year recap. And I'm hoping as I grow with you and my community, I'll be able to see how much I mature, remember the accomplishments that I had for that year, and just see how far our community really goes. And so, I'm sorry if you guys can hear the vibrations. That's my tablet. I'm going to be reading some of your questions that I have asked my community to whip up and give to me over on Discord. Many of you guys have given me some interesting and compelling questions, I must say. So I'm excited, and I hope you guys will love this as much as I do. I'm incredibly proud of my team, and also just all of the effort that's going to be put into this video and beyond, because it's only just going to get better from here. Hi-ho, it's Nezuyaki, everyone's favorite household mouse, and welcome to my annual Streamaversary Q&A. So, my name is Nezuyaki, aka Nez. Today's date is December 21st, 2022. I am 22 this year. Since my age changes along with the year, it's pretty easy to keep track of. 2000s, baby! How many Twitch followers do I have? Well, I have 1.6k currently today. If you want the exact number, it's 1.626. Little Mischiefs running about supporting me over on Twitch. So why am I doing this? Well, for my Streamaversary, normally I try to prepare something, and I like to play on the theme of nostalgia. And it's like whether or not I play games from the very first game that I ever streamed, play games that I personally absolutely love throughout my whole journey streaming on Twitch, or just reminiscing on all of the things that we've done as a community, like charity live streams or events that we have participated in, is I just really want it to be a day of remembering how far we've come and really appreciating and being grateful for those opportunities that were given to not only me but to my community. And I want to take it a step up this year, and I wanted to actually make a video that I can look back on when I'm like, I don't know, 30 years old, 40 years old, and I can see myself grow over the years, kind of like a time capsule. And again, Vanity Fair, which was the interview that really heavily inspired me for this, it just seemed perfect. It really did. And I don't know, I feel like being able to put a video up where you guys can ask me questions, it shows you a level of depth into my personality, and not just seeing, you know, streaming me, but also asking personal questions, so you know the human that is behind Nezuyaki. So yeah, let's get started, shall we? So mods, cue the questions, please.
How are you doing?
How am I doing? So it's been an interesting year for me, which I think is the lamest comeback to say for how am I doing, because right now I'm trying to pull and remember what truly transpired this whole year, and I will say that this year has been one of the best years. I think my favorite year of my small life, because I've only had 22 years walking on this earth, but was 2018. And I will say 2022 is a close second, because a lot of things that changed me as a person happened this year, and I really love that. And how am I doing right now? This week my energy has been pretty high. I was able to stream at least twice this week. My schedule has been really hectic, but it is nice to be able to start to balance my full-time job as well as streaming, which is one of my biggest passions and hobbies. And I got some really good news in terms of not only work but opportunities, which is a little bit hush-hush right now. I'll maybe allude to it in a later question, but if you guys ask that is. But I think it's wonderful. My life is, a lot of things have changed, but I am happy to be alive and also happy to be here in front of this camera talking to you guys and about to spill the beans about my not personal life but just in general life, I guess.
How did you start streaming?
I started streaming again in December 21st, I believe actually either 2020 or 2019. I think it was 2019. And it's so, I don't want to say it's so bad to have a Streamaversary at December, because you're like right at the cusp of the year, right, as the year changes. So I often get really confused whether I've been on the platform for 4 years or 3 years, but this will mark my 3-year mark of being on the Twitch platform, because technically since it's December 21st, that's like only not even like 2 weeks before the new year, so 2020 is the technically start year. And so I started streaming on a whim. I started streaming on a laptop, and given not even a gaming laptop, it was a Lenovo yoga laptop, which was made for drawing, and it is really, really good for that and made for work, for school. But it should not be able to have the capability to withstand OBS and me playing video games, in which I did. Like, maybe it can withstand a just chatting segment, but I decided to play a full-fledged game on the same laptop, same screen, with a bunch of USB cords attached to it for my headphones and mouse, and I believe I had a keyboard too. I think I borrowed it from home, and I was home for the holidays. That was my sophomore year, and it has always been a dream of mine to do content creation ever since, I think, middle school to high school. High school was a really big hit because I was watching Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Double. There was a lot of Minecraft YouTubers actually, and the way they made me feel by genuinely having fun with their friends, playing video games, and occasionally those really real and serious conversations that like Markiplier would have with the camera, which is really awkward when you're first starting out. So kudos to him, he's so eloquent with his words. And it made me feel so good, because when I was reading in the comments, Markiplier probably rewatches this stuff because his viewers will go back to his earliest Let's Plays and watch them today, even if the game is outdated or anything like that. It's kind of like a TV show that you want to rewatch and reminisce in those feelings. And I want to be one of those people. I wanted to make content and be able to inspire others, also make them feel good, be an entertainer to others, and, you know, keep contributing to that flow of creativity, because that's something I really, really hold dear to me. Creativity and imagination is a big part of my life. So actually, now that I think of it, I chose streaming because I didn't want to edit videos. One of the things that kills me the most, even though I have a video editing background and animation and stuff like that, I get really burnt out easily, and I would know that if I've recorded something that I played, snipping through all of that, I would the gas would be gone and I would never be able to post anything. So streaming was a better alternative because you just hit a button, you go live, you know, you talk to an audience, and I ended up loving that so much more because of how real time it was, right? And things could happen that you didn't even know would happen. And you know, there's just that certain charm that I loved.
What was your proudest achievement?
Ooh, what was my proudest achievement this year? So, you know, a lot of people when they're growing up will beat on themselves. Well, I know, speaking from experience as an artist, many starting artists will be like, ooh, my art is utter doo-doo and I don't deserve to be paid this way, or I don't deserve to have this award. I think that applies to a lot of people growing up because they're insecure that they are truly talented or capable of making such wonderful crafts and arts, and somebody recognizes that and gives them an award, right? I am now keeping an accomplishment journal, which I didn't actually see anybody do, but I thought would be good, because sometimes you get that really, really low day where you're insecure and you have your imposter syndrome sneaks up on you and it eats you up alive. So I open up that book and I just see all of the accomplishments that I've ever made. That I ever made in my lifetime that I can remember. And it could be as simple as getting an A+ or a perfect score in class, because that's no easy feat. That's like 100, not not even a single point off, right? So that's really impressive, I will say. But to any awards that people have ever given you, and I think for this year, that's a tough one. I would say it was either graduating from college, from my dual major with the degree in software engineering and game development, or technical game development. That happens in May, and that was a very, very big feat for me. Or I would say getting an award at a conference, which was a couple weeks after I graduated, actually, because I was up against like IBM and Comcast and all of these big companies. It was a tech, not like a tech retreat, but my team was not sponsored, but it was being hosted on our campus, and my team, which is like comprised of like 5 of us at the time, we made a presentation about a cybersecurity training simulator game that we made, and we went through all the logistics and all the research that we did, our process. It was our capstone project, and they decided to award us a plaque of I guess best cybersecurity and innovation award, which was amazing because I didn't think any of my research was that groundbreaking or anything, but us being innovators, it really bolstered my my confidence in knowing that, hey, because I worked so hard on that capstone, we deserved this, and a lot of people already in the industry recognized our work as budding little software engineers, you know? So I would say it would be a tie between those two.
What was your most memorable stream?
You see, I have a memory of a goldfish, so having to name my most memorable stream is pretty hard. It would probably be one of the streams that I have more recently, like in the past 3 months, which was Plaguefest. Plaguefest is the event that I host, and Plaguefest is supposed to be a charity live streaming event that I basically put together. We play video games and we raise funds for whatever charity we choose that year. This year we chose the Special Olympics of New Jersey, because the Special Olympics is everywhere, but New Jersey, I mean, I live there, and also a lot of my Mischiefs and the friends who are impacted by the Special Olympics, I wanted to contribute to them any way I could, and I was able to raise the most money I ever have in a charity live streaming event that I organized, and that was over 1K. That's a lot of money for little old me to make, and I was able to sign a check and send it over to the Special Olympics, and it made me really, really happy. And I even got to interview an athlete of the Special Olympics. That was the coolest thing ever, and I really, really loved that. I loved it. I love contributing to a good cause, and that's like really cliche to say, but hands down, like, Jacksepticeye donates so much money without recognition to a lot of, like, donates a lot of his money. So does Markiplier. He supports a lot of initiatives like that. And like Thankmas, if you guys don't know what that is, it's like a streamer all out palooza that they're also a part of, where a huge gaggle of us decide to stream and raise funds, and we use all of that to buy gifts for people who can't, and it's amazing. And that's why I want to be just like them. I want to influence and inspire and also help and dip my toe in maybe making somebody's life better that maybe I don't even know. And that's the most wonderful feeling, and it's very fulfilling when every day you have that reminder in the back of your head when you go live.
What is your inspiration for streaming?
What is my inspiration for streaming? My inspiration for streaming... You know, this is gonna be really bad because I actually don't watch a lot of big time streamers like Pokimane or anything. Amaranth, I don't watch them. I don't even watch like big time VTubers, and I'm in that active community. I would say I'm gonna hit close to home, and I'd say my streaming inspirations are gonna be my friends, my homies, and I'm gonna name them off right now. It's Chumba, Endo, Akuno, Naramoons, Finny, Patan, let me see, Joji, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I'm blanking off. I always call you Doctor, but Hachi. Oh, especially Hachi, because Hachi is amazing. Especially rocking it with their birthday-thon. That was amazing, the way that they organized it, and I had so much fun participating. Love you, Hach. And I would say biggest one, if I had to choose some of them, it would probably be Chamba. Mostly because I know how much effort she puts in. We don't message as frequently as we used to, but that's because she's hustling. And I keep reminding other people about that because it's awe-inspiring to see that she went out of her way to look for an editor, went out of her way to actually conduct research on her own so she can properly utilize the algorithm on all social medias. It was amazing. She has like spreadsheets and written documents on what's the most effective way, and she's killing it. I mean, she's growing so much. And I'm a workaholic, she's a workaholic, and she's basically, our dreams and paths are different right now, they're diverging, but seeing her kill it and put 110% into her work is the most inspiring thing that fuels me to work hard on my dream. So down the road, we'll be successful multi-millionaire women, right? And we could fly to each other. Since she's on the other side of the country, I'll be able to visit her all the time, and we can have our best friend reunion and hangouts that we couldn't have all of these years. And I think that's amazing. I really do. She's amazing. Love you, Gems.
Who are your current role models?
So are you asking for stream or for just in general? You know what? I'll just give you a couple. Another really weird thing is I don't have a role model most of the time, which is strange because often when I think of role model, it's like I want to be just like her or him or they. And I don't feel that way because I'd prefer to say who am I inspired by, just like the question you asked me before, mostly because I like the qualities in people, but I want to be true to me, right? And it's been a really long journey trying to figure out and pick up the pieces of myself, because I've been transforming like a butterfly throughout all these years, right? And I'm still transforming more, and I'm not entirely comfortable with who I am yet, but it's my role models right now. I would say with people with qualities that I like. I really am inspired by my mom. She is the strongest person, not even woman, just person I know with the amount of physical tolerance, mental tolerance, and just emotional tolerance that she has is crazy to me, and I wish I had that much patience and understanding and common sense that she has. It's amazing. And she's also a role model because, you know, as much as people find celebrities as their role model, I get to see the ugly sides of her too, which means like if she's crying or if she's mad, she's the most human person that you could meet, right? Human? Most human? But she has the most wonderful golden heart. And I hoped when I was born, I also got that golden heart. My sister has it, I know for damn sure. But for me, I know I have some pretty morbid thoughts, you know. I'm a vengeful person, but I hope that I got that heart from her. So I'd say that's role model. Again, Chamba. Oh, Endo. Endo is a very big role model as well. Even though he's ADHD prone and scatterbrained so much, the way he makes his viewers feel and the way that he speaks out on things that maybe he necessarily doesn't agree with, I appreciate him as a bestie. And I appreciate him loving my art and being able to have other people gravitate towards you. Is such a warm and inviting personality, I guess. And I want to be just like that, even though I'm a little introverted. I want to be just like that.
If you can live in a game world, what would it be and why?
So, if I can live in a game world, what would it be and why? In a game world. Now, if you want like the happy-go-lucky type, I know the world that would be utterly amazing to live because you can have your own house, you could sell fruit to essentially pay off your debt and loans, and you know, it's just like you can create so much in this game. Like basically the world is your oyster type thing is Animal Crossing, which would be great because your neighbors could be animals. And given I'm going through the lens of like also visuals, I wouldn't have this body. I would look like a villager, and that's okay. That's okay. And they would look as cute as that. They wouldn't become realistic, which is, if they did, I think I'd be terrified. But the true type of world that I think I don't want to live in, that's a little rough, is the Lord of the Rings. I absolutely love it. I don't know if I'd be an elf. I don't know if I'd be human, a dwarf, a hobbit, but the lore in that game, and obviously if you guys have followed me for a very long time, you would know my favorite movies is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And I played a lot of Lord of the Rings Online back in my day. Either Lord of the Rings Online or Wizard 101, because I love the story. I lived and breathed that game. So good, so good. Visually it's meh, but now I thought it was amazing back in the day. But it took up a lot of my hours, and I played with my sister then, and I could definitely see myself and my family going to different, in the spiral, to going to different areas and using spells with cards and things like that. I'd love that. I really would. Being a wizard would be pretty swanky. That or Lord of the Rings. That's what I would say. My target goal, so what I am aiming for now, for the next year, I guess I would say, and we'll see next time when I do this video if I have achieved it. I have been recently fueled by the desire of wanting to make a shop, which I have for my brand, but what I mean is an actual shop that I can sell at a convention. And that's really rough because I'm gonna need to be competing with other people to have a spot in that convention and sell things. But I want to be able to do it. I am so excited. I really want to be able to do it because I wanna have that experience. So I think that's going to be, I think it's feasible within a year. I might get rejected, but if I kickstart my own shop within a year, I would call that a dub. So I think that's what I'm gonna be doing. Oh, and kickstarting, this is definitely something doable, is kickstarting my YouTube channel with a series that I've been in the works, where you my Mischiefs, are going to help me make a game. I can't wait because you can't see my other eye. There you go.
What's most important to you?
That's a pretty broad question. What's most important to me? I guess now you mean in this coming year. I'm gonna read this as like self-betterment. So what is most important to me that I should always hold on to? I don't want to say maturity, but you know, this is going to be the first full year that I have not being in college. And you know, there you could be mature in college. Like, maturity doesn't like start as soon as you leave, but like, for example, being able to get that dough from my full-time job, not outrageously spend it, and actually get my goal of saving, which I'm hoping to save up a lot, so my plans in the future will actually come to fruition. So I think maturity in terms of like being able to feed myself, have a good sleep schedule, you know, treat myself right, don't be beating myself up so harshly, because I do that a lot with my own expectations since they're scary high. So I think having that maturity and self-love for yourself is really important for me this year, finding that.
Do you feel pressure?
Of course. I think everybody does. And I know these are questions for me, but I don't want to say it's a dumb question because it's not, but who asks that? As if nobody has ever had pressure in their life before. Whether you are a multimillionaire or you are somebody who is less fortunate, I think you have all different types of pressure. And for me, I am no exception to that. I am susceptible to my own pressure to myself, expectations of others, because I really do care about what my close friends and family thinks of me. I care about those opinions very deeply. I could kind of care less about random strangers online, but the people who I hold close is because I respect them and I like to take in their criticism. So if their criticism is really hurtful, that's gonna shoot me down, you know? So I think my worst enemy is myself. And the immense pressure that I have on myself with my dreams, my own expectations, and the accomplishments that I've had, I don't want to let myself down because I know I can do better, and I have. And so I want to do 110%. And sometimes you can't always do that, whether it's physically, mentally, or emotionally. You gotta take breaks. And me being a machine, I work myself until I break a lot of the time. So, yes. I feel pressure. Not necessarily right now because it's the holidays and things are going well, but there's those lulls in life. And so, I do.
Best fan moment?
I love this question. Okay. So, best fan moments, I guess, pertaining to streaming. I loved that this year, Unkindled Wolf. I'm calling your name out right now because he is also my editor. Love you, Wolf. Thank you for all that you do to me. For me, not do to me, please. He's a great friend, a great follower and community member, but he came onto my stream and I believe I was setting up my throne, which if you guys don't know what that is, throne wish list, highly recommend. But you can connect all different shops and have your own wish list of things that you like, and you know, maybe during the holidays your viewers can buy you stuff and it will be shipped to you without them having to know your address or anything like that. And it's just really, really sweet, you know? It's like a thank you for what you do. And Wolf, you're absolutely insane. I don't know why you did this, because I personally feel like I didn't deserve it. But thank you so much for buying my Elgato HDS Plus. That, I believe, was maybe $300. I'm not quite sure. Maybe $100. I might be. I'm gonna put the actual price right here. And it was the most heartwarming feeling, because, you know, you gift your friends and family things, but when somebody, like a stranger who supports you in your stream, gives you something, it gives you this pride that you feel that's kind of like no other. That, hey, you influenced and made this person so happy that they were compelled to give you a gift to show their token of appreciation of how much you've done in their life, right? And my love language is not receiving gifts. Sometimes I feel like I'm a tad materialistic, but like, that gift helps me be able to play Kirby on stream, and now Pokemon Scarlet, and now I have a wider range of games I can play for my community, and it just gives back to the community for the things that they love. And you being able to contribute to that, to my success, to everything that I do, I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Wolf.
Are there any uplifting words you'd like to give to your followers?
Uplifting words? Well, if you come by my stream, you guys will always be exposed to motivation and, you know, positivity. But uplifting words, huh? I guess some uplifting motivation I can give you for this year is you can do it, which is very plain. But I follow this Instagram group that basically gives me really, really simple quotes. And normally it has a curse word or two in them. But it drives it home, as in, you can do anything as long as you put in the effort. And you keep thinking it, keep dreaming it, and you take action. And for me, there were so many times where I have failed and given up, and most of the people that you see up on the top, who are self-made, have failed more than you can ever count, more than you would expect, but that gives them more opportunities to succeed. And that's just the effort. And when I say you can do it, is don't be discouraged of when you fall down. It's gonna hurt like a big scrape, but it's gonna eventually heal and you'll be able to move on. You'll have that experience, and if I dare say, as a big nerd, your probability for getting a successful turn or rate, like catching a Pokemon that's a couple levels above you, is going to increase. Your chances of getting to where you need to with more experience that you have gained, it's gonna happen. It's a matter of when, not if it's going to. Don't ever stop yourself from just giving a try. And if the first time you tried failed, keep going, because that first try is not indicative of the next one. It's not going to impact the next time you try if you start straight from scratch, because you're a different person, and that different person now has the knowledge that past you didn't have. So you can't guarantee you're gonna fail again. You just gotta go out there. Do it.
How much has your community grown since last year?
I don't even remember how many followers I had then, if I was to quantify it. But we have grown, as in Plague Fest, our own unique event, has grown to 2 months, not 2 months, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. And I mean, as I said, I was extremely proud that we raised over 1K in funds to give to the charity. That's more than we have ever raised previously, so we're growing more. And not only that, I just think our streams are more professional. I have a Vtuber that looks amazing, and if you guys don't know what a Vtuber is, virtual tuber, it is a 2D, 3D, PNG type art piece that moves animated, kind of like an actual streamer would, with facial expressions and all, facial tracking. It's amazing. It's just an extension of us. And the friends that I have made, I have a huge core tight friend group now, and I love that. So we have grew a lot. Also, our Discord looks much better. I hated the way that I designed it before. It's still sticking in my brain.
What obstacle are you struggling with currently?
Everybody knows I'm always struggling with things, and that's because I am always trying and daring to do a lot of things, like a lot of opportunities, and I am so stubborn that I try not to fail at all, because you never fail unless you stop trying, right? So for me, I think my biggest obstacle right now is, for the life of me, I can't sleep at the right time. I have been sleeping at 3 a.m. or 5 a.m. and it's not good for my full-time job, as in I still wake up relatively on time, but that drains you and you're not at your 100% capability, and I hate it. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. It's those webtoons I'm reading, it's Pokemon Scarlet that has taken up my life, and I just lay there as if I'm gonna relax, and TikTok as if I'm gonna relax, and all my life and my time for sleeping has been taken away from me. So I want to work on that. So future me, please tell me that I am sleeping at a reasonable time, please.
What is a question you get asked frequently on stream?
That's a toughie, because I don't think I really get asked questions as often. Like, yeah, I don't know. A question that I get asked often is, how are you? And I think that's every streamer on this planet. But for me, it's kind of crazy, because my Mischiefs normally ask me, how are you? Because I'm either on my deathbed, coughing up a storm because I'm sick because of working too much, like overworking myself. I have either, like, not mutilated my body, but definitely maybe hyperextended something from going to the gym, so my physical being is not doing okay. Emotionally I might be drained because a drama seems to chase me everywhere for some reason, even no matter how low profile I try to keep myself. Mental as well, because I use 110% of my brain power so I can, be able to do my job well, be able to stream and try to prepare more events for everyone, and, just working out general life things. So I guess that's the thing. It will always be random and probably very extreme when somebody asks me that on stream.
What is one pet peeve of yours?
This is a good question. Oh, I love you guys for giving me this question. I used to think I didn't have a lot of pet peeves. I think I have to I guess I have to use one because I don't want to tell you all of my pet peeves, otherwise I won't have content for this question next year, right? I think one of my biggest pet peeves is not being taken seriously. That sounded dangerous, sorry. It's just I was remembering having people walk over me is the most infuriating thing, because I have been exposed to having opportunities to me, given to me to be like producer, project manager, and I am incredibly proud of that. I might not believe in myself, but I try not to show that, and I try to step up to the plate. And when people doubt you, which this is gonna sound weird and maybe people are gonna be like, ugh, not this again, but it's incredibly strange for me to see when somebody else, either it could be even female too, but predominantly since I'm in male-dominated fields like software engineering or game design, is when they ignore your ideas and when you want to contribute and you realize that they don't want to listen to you because they don't believe you know what you're doing, right? Or they want to take advantage of your kindness because you're a nice person and stuff like that, and you're very understanding, and then they take advantage by not doing their work, not being able to give you the deliverables or your game design on time. Sorry, I got some anger in me still that makes me particularly salty. And it's belittling. My pet peeve is when they don't take me seriously, because I really care about the things I do. That's the reason why I went to school for it. That's the reason why I put 110% into everything. So if you don't take me seriously, I'm gonna wring your neck because I'm going to prove to you and show to you there's a reason why they put me in this position. And it's because I care about it and I want to do my absolute best, because I don't want to be giving anybody a deliverable that's only half-assed. I don't know if I want to be able to put cursing in this. I might bleep it out, but you get what I mean.
What are you looking forward to next year?
I think conventions. I really, really love conventions. I want to start making a new game. I have a lot of different hobbies that I have, but I want to obviously keep streaming. I'm just looking forward to a year full of adventures. Even when I have a full-time job, I'm just wondering how I could squeeze in as much crazy things while I'm tying down and maintaining, doing well at a job, you know? I think that's gonna be really, really cool for me to do.
How would you use your platform if you grow to fame?
For me, if I do grow to fame, it's not directly a dream of mine. Like, I don't phrase it that way, but if I have a lot of people who follow and support me, I would love to be able to keep doing maybe like a quarterly charity live stream or something like that, or start my own business, my own company that I always say that my largest dream is to make my own gaming company and make games that people will love. The stories, the imagination that I can make, listen to my community, and make games that truly like make someone's childhood, right? That's what I want to do. So I'm hoping that with people who support me and that want to see me not conquer the world, but make my mark on the world, I want to try a lot of things. And if you guys say, yo, make a coffee company, all right. I mean, I don't know much about coffee, nor do I drink it a lot, but I'll do it and I'll try it. Like, I'd love to do as much as possible and take you guys along for the ride.
What's a motto or piece of advice you'd like to give your future self?
One thing at a time. My mom had told me that dreams are always free. You need to protect your mind because whatever you can think up of that you want to be an astronaut, go to Mars, I don't know, become a billionaire or anything, nobody is gonna get hurt from you dreaming that stuff. You can strive to be them, you know? Hopefully they're all positive dreams, right? And when you dream big, sometimes you forget to enjoy the journey, as my mom says. So one goal at a time, and you'll be able to tick off all of the things on your bucket list. The company will come in time. Your success will come in time. I mean, I feel like I'm starting to accept that I've lived a pretty fulfilling, already successful life now to some of my standards, and that's really good and really healthy that I'm able to celebrate and be grateful for all those opportunities that I've had already. And that's for me to make sure I don't chew off more than I can chew. I know I can always pull myself out of it, but enjoy it. Don't get so stressed and thinking about the future. They will all come in time. Not a matter of if, it's when. With that said, those were all of the annual questions that my mods have made for me. So I want to give a really, really big thank you to Spider, Mopar, and Dr. Mr. Evan. Mr. 1989, I believe. Thank you so much for being my mods, and you guys rock so much. You guys truly help make me the success and person that I am, and I appreciate you basically collecting all of these questions because I was not gonna be able to capture all of them. So without further ado, I am going to read the Q&A questions that you guys have given me from my fellow Mischiefs. What's your typical workout routine at the gym? So I started going to a gym. It's actually at a hospital because I like it real sanitary, you know. And unfortunately, I do have something wrong with my shoulder right now, so I'm going to physical therapy, but normally I would be going 5 days a week. Back when I was a dancer, a gymnast, a cheerleader was a little bit more toned down, but we had games, so I count those. It was typically 3 to 5 days out of the week that we actually had practice or some type of event, and I like to keep that up for as much as possible because a healthy body, so I don't fall apart, is what I need, because I sustained a lot of injuries throughout my years, and not like breaking a bone or something, but now my joints will not be able to keep up with me because of how jam-packed that the stress that I endured during those years of training that I've had. So it is normally focused on legs because a lot of my injuries or worse injuries are pertaining to my legs. So it's leg day, is bicep and back, and then we got leg day again, then we got tricep and chest, and then legs again. So normally those are the things, and you could switch the bicep and back and the tricep and chest depending on how you feel. normally I will take the middle day, which is another legs, if I want to do more calisthenics or, well, that's what I'm hoping to, or to do more core exercises. But ultimately try to do some type of core stuff for 10 minutes at the end of each of them, so you could really keep up that tip-top shape. Love language most important to least. Love language most important to me? I think the most important to me... Actually, I took the test, and unfortunately for all of you guys, it's actually like an even 20% on all of them. I think the higher one is physical touch. I love being able to hug everyone. That's why when I'm hugging, I'm kissing on stream, it makes me filled with so much joy. I think acts of service is also another big top one. Like quality time is a really big one. Materialistic, I can get that for myself. You don't have to give it to me, but I do sincerely cherish it, and I try to keep it forever. I try to keep it in good condition as well. I like put things in boxes and hoard them like a pack rat. Pack mouse, actually. Yeah, all of the others I don't think seem to be as important to me, in my opinion. Let's see. T-Pain button game. Alright guys, alright, let's get this. An unknown man approaches you, and upon meeting gives you a button. He tells you that this will, when pressed, will grant you one tangible thing of your deepest desire. However, doing so will result in the death of one random person. You may forego pressing the button, however, this result in the death of a loved one. A death of a loved one. Will you press the button, and if so, what do you wish for? You know, that's an interesting button game. So, the options. If I press the button, a random person dies and I get one tangible thing of my deepest desire. If I do not press the button, then one of my loved ones will die. It won't tell me which one. For me, I will press the button. One of my deepest desires is to make a gaming company, right? But I also know I do not want my own actions to kill someone. I want them to live a very, very full life because they need to make their mark in the world, however that may be. So I'm hoping that in my heart, that when I press the button, that the button will acknowledge that that is a deeper want and desire for me. That person lives and gets to achieve their dreams, which means they don't get to die. Nobody dies, because I don't need a random button to get me to my dream. I'm gonna make it there. I'm going to make it there because I'm gonna work as hard as possible, and I'm gonna trample every obstacle that comes near me. But I do not want one of my loved ones to die, so I'm gonna need to press it. But my deepest desire is for people not to die on my hand. Things like that. If they ultimately have to die, then I will dedicate one of my first games to telling their story, their life story, in a video game form. Because their sacrifice would be my foundation of making my company, in that sense. But I'm hoping the deepest desire, they'll know I don't want that person to die, and they'll live to achieve their dream. Okay, what was the decision to move to a more hybrid VTuber, non-VTuber model? Is it heavily influenced by the company you keep, or was there a true desire to try your end at that market? Thank you so much for the question. That was really eloquent. I know that, Mischiefs, so much love, because if you're watching this, you'll know who you are. And I've done both for a decent amount of time. I normally call myself like a half and half cookie, because one year I did full live streaming. 1 year was my actual VTuber, majority like 80%. And then this third year I decided to do VTubing and webcam, you know. And I would say there's pros and cons to both of them. For example, Vtuber, I can literally roll out of bed, start streaming, playing video games and things like that, doing art. And that was really, really nice when I had morning streams. But I think the webcam, especially because like VTubing with facial rigs, depending on your rigger and also the art that you have, your expressions can still be pretty stiff. And it's still evolving, but I can't even use my arms unless I buy like thousands of dollars of expensive equipment for stuff like tracking like that. But my webcam, I'm very expressive with my hands when I talk, and my expressions just when I'm playing games, so I think a lot of people like that. But the VTuber is like an extension of myself. I'm an artist, so creatively it's amazing to see my work be animated and I can place myself in my character. Who I am is now like doubled, extended. Both of them are who I am, and in combination, I think that makes for a really wonderful stream and being more attuned with myself. Here's a real question. Delivery pizza or non-delivery pizza? You know, it depends on the type of pizza, because if you count my dad going to New York, getting the best pizza in the world, I forgot what the place is called, but we used to have it when he used to work in New York. He would bring like an artichoke type pizza as well as like this 3 bacon chicken ranch type pizza. Oh, so good. And that was like artisan pizza. It was like a Sicilian pie too. It was huge, and we would be able to eat that for like 3 different meals. Oh, I love it. But then like, I guess you can consider that delivery pizza, but I really do like Domino's, although sometimes it can make your tummy wummy upset. I do like it. It's really good when you're trying to eat while it's like stream, and the greasiness, oh, I know, terrible for your body, but I love it. Upon taking the water divination test, which classification of Nen do you believe you most likely fit in? You know, for all of those HunterxHunter fans out there, it's really interesting, because I think my favorite character or like abilities that I saw was Killua? Not Killua's, because Godspeed is cool, but Kurapika's. Although he's kind of like, he's a special type of character, so it's not like I could be a special. Everybody wants to be special, right? But which classification of Nen? I'm not very particularly strong, so I'm not an enhancer. I think a conjurer is probably what I would be, because that's technically what Kurapika is, right? Because he conjures chains and things like that. For me, I feel like I can do that with my art and stuff like that. So, your favorite dish? I think my favorite dish has to be something maybe my mom has made, because her cooking cannot be beat. I'm not going to lie. And it either's got to be lechon, which is like, I guess, double cooked pork, pork belly, marinated pork belly with mamacitas. I love that. Kre, which I think in English translates to oxtail and peanut sauce. All of those were really good. Also, if you guys hear the little rum-pum-pum-pums or ambient noise, my parents are watching a movie, and they're right below this, so I apologize. But you know, I gotta keep it real with you guys, and the show must go on. So hopefully it's not too bad, and maybe if my editors can, please help me. What are some places you want to travel to or see? I guess, again, I've been blessed with so many opportunities. I think where I want to visit again would be Japan. I have not seen enough of Japan. I've only been there for 1 week, and I feel like it would be a really great experience because I love the culture. I loved going to the shrines, love eating the food, starting to get exposed to the customs there as well. Amazing. I think Costa Rica was really fun as well. I like Costa Rica. I haven't been to Canada, like as in been to Niagara Falls, but I mean I have not experienced Canada for its full glory. I've also want to go to Europe again, maybe Belgium, maybe Germany, just any and all of those provinces. Just amazing. Is there a defining game or memory that brought about your love of game design? Such a wonderful question to ask me because I am a nerd. I am a nerd for stuff like that. And I'd say I don't have a particular memory. I like specific, but my dad and my sister and I playing video games together. From a young age, he would have my sister and I sit on his lap while he plays click and point adventure games like Guybrush Threepwood and Monkey Island, or the Back to the Future point and click Runaway. Oh, Sims. With the PlayStation, we were a PlayStation family. I loved being able to have those memories with my family, and I'm hoping I can do the same with my own gaming company one day. And also I want people to actually be exposed to my dreams, my imagination, the characters I've made throughout the years as an artist, and just somebody who was a lucid dreamer who's experienced a lot of adventures with my said characters. I'm not a writer, I'm not the best. I have been a role player before, but it's hard. Like, I don't want to leave this earth without being able to tell their stories because they don't have a tangible body here in order to express or make those dreams happen. And I hope that when I do make those games, the magic is just as equally as important and cherishable to my heart as it is to you guys. If I could have one game remastered, which one would it be? I have a game remastered. And you said any game, like just to be made again. That's a tough one. Oh, Fossil Fighters. I love, if you could just even make another Fossil Fighter for the franchise. I loved that game so much. I love dinosaurs. I love digging up dinosaur remains and cleaning them and reviving them and battling them, and it was just so fun. The storyline for me was engaging and I loved it. So please make one. Please. A lot of my other games that I would like to get remastered, to be honest, I think would just be MMOs. That just means you should probably remake an MMO, things like that. Like Wizard 101 is a big one, like for the art and stuff. Storyline's okay, but like the mechanics, I love it. If games could just make more. I'll play all of them. What type of game do you imagine your Magnus Opus to be? Insert the definition of Magnus Opus here. So, I'm assuming the defining game that would be me. I like a hack and slash game, but honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I love MMOs so much because of how much that world and universe you could do. You could harvest, you can craft, you could fight, you can have a direct storyline. You could go on a huge, like, winding path of side quests, things like that. Just so much to the world because they literally made their own other world within it. And wanna say an MMO would most likely be the thing or the genre that categorizes me, because I love to try so many things and be so many things. I don't have to be the bee's knees 100% the best at it, although I try to be. I feel like there's not a game out there right now that can define me or be my magnus opus. I would just have to make it. And that's what I'm gonna do, I think. Oh, there's a series of questions from one of my favorite Mischiefs. All of you guys are my favorites, but this is all of the ones who have submitted questions to me. You guys rock, because you guys are going to be a part of this time capsule for me. I'll give a really, really big thank you to all of you guys at the end of the video. Let's see. Is there one game that inspired you to look into game design? I guess you could say no. Because the one game that got me into game design was one that I designed myself. I loved rhythm games, but I played multiple different ones. There isn't one in particular that I love so much that defines me or anything like that. But I designed a game concept for a rhythm game, and it landed me in Google Play and Girls Make Games, giving me an award to be one of the top 5 finalists in nationwide in the USA for 2018. So that was amazing for me, and that was when I realized this is something I can tangibly get. This is something I can tangibly do, what I want to do with my life. And I love that. Okay, there are many games that one can call their favorite, but very few that you can call nostalgic. So, do any of those games come to mind? That's a great and excellent question. Thank you for that one. You are right about that. Honestly, I don't think I have quite a list of top 5 games that are my favorite, but a nostalgic. I don't think Stardew Valley was very nostalgic because I played a lot of Harvest Moon games when I was younger. Pokemon, I mean, they're still creating games to this day, so I can't really say that's nostalgic either. You know, I don't really think I have one. Other than like, yeah, I can't say I have one. But some of my favorite games that I can offer as a peace treaty, because I can't think of any nostalgic games. I will say, I think Death's Door is number 1. The next one would be A Plague Tale: Innocence. I have not played the second one yet, so I'm hoping to do that. What else is another favorite game of mine? I do like Fossil Fighters. I do love Fossil Fighters so much. I almost finished it 3 times now. I think I do like Minecraft. Minecraft is a good solid, but I think I'll only be able to really say those 3 for sure. Your resume looks very nice. We looked over it and it looks very impressive. What do you think is most impressive about your resume? That is such a strange question to ask me. That's actually an ingenious question to ask me, because if I'm doing this annually, my resume is always going to change. I'm assuming you're talking about my game design resume. most impressive is being able to fully launch a game on Steam. And some people have done that, and to be honest, I think the game is still very incomplete. It's a good playable experience, it's just there's so much more that could have been done with it, but it did come out from a 16-week capstone project, and also we did lose a lot of steam. Like, you know, I'm not paying people to continue progressing with this game, and we learned a lot more and probably could remake the game faster and better than ever before. So I think launching Whispering Abyss was amazing. I was so happy that I was able to experience something like that, albeit we still need to do more development with it, but I'm looking on my sights to making more games, and hopefully I'll have a different answer for you guys then. Let's see. Yes, you did do a good job making questions for all of you guys, and please, thank you. Rosie, Digirono is your full name. Sab, Para, well, aka Paranoia, and Unkindled Wolf, and Bo. Thank you so much for your questions. And yes, you did get the job. Unkindled Wolf is my editor, so thank you, and I can't wait to grow with you. Can't wait for you to grow with me in this channel, because I'm really hoping we have the relationship of Lixian and Markiplier. I would love that so much. Also, little tidbit, Bo, what is your favorite kind of cheese? I think my favorite kind of cheese is brie. I love brie. It's very soft, very creamy, very good on crackers. But also I love being the cheesiest cheese of all, because I love giving you guys love and attention. Cringe. Do I have any phobias? I have trypophobia. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, but it's the irrational fear of clusters of small holes in a living form or object. So like, it keeps me out on like trees. I mean, they're living, but if you think about, like, it's closely related to skin disease. So if you think of like millions of dots all over, it makes you look sickly. And if you actually look at cells under like a small microscope, which I had to do so as well, it like freaked me out, because I'm wondering if something will ooze out of it, or if it will break and multiply, or like if something alive will come out of it, like in flowers or things like that. But looking at cells, it like makes me shiver. And also, like, I forgot what the laser thing is, but it's like a treatment for your skin to tighten it, and they like laser these like little squares into your skin, and it's like white little pelts. It makes my body shut down, nervous sweats, I start shaking, and it makes me want to scream for no reason. Like, my brain, I'm just kind of like, yeah, that looks freaky, but why the hell is my body reacting this way? It's just something my body does. So I guess that is all for this video, this interview. Thank you so much for your questions. Thank you so much for supporting me for the last 3 years, and here's to many more. I hope that with these coming out each year, you guys can see more of the type of person I am, even behind closed doors and when I'm not streaming, and that you get a little closer to me. It really does mean a lot to me, that I'm still able to find this connection with my community. I know Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, they get really sad that at some point it's really hard to see the person behind the name, right? Because there's just so many of you. And so I'm glad while I can be able to have and name all of my mischiefs and be able to know exactly what you guys have done for me in my chats, and be able to have, you know, opportunities to get to know you guys better. So with that, without further ado, with all the love and hugs in the world, XOXO, Nezu loves you, and please, my dear mischiefs, stay cheesy, and I hope to see you guys in another video. And I'm hoping next year there's going to be a launch of a lot of new projects, because now that I am done from college, a full-time job, and now I'm settling into that type of thing, I got my sights on a couple of new goals and new things that I want to try with my community, and we can only go up from here, because we ain't going down. I refuse for that. I refuse failure. We are going to keep going up to the stars, and even if we don't hit our target, we will land among the stars. So have a good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good evening, and good night, and sleep tight. Bye bye.